Video opens with a cheerful, slightly eerie montage of classic nursery rhyme illustrations. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We all have those cherished childhood memories, right? Singing songs with our friends on the playground, our parents reading us rhymes before bed. They're sweet, they're simple, they're innocent, or are they? What if I told you that those harmless little jingles you know and love are actually hiding some of the darkest, most shocking stories in history? That behind the cute melodies and whimsical words are tales of plague, political assassination, and human sacrifice. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the true history of nursery rhymes. Get ready, because after this, you'll never hear them the same way again. Let's start with a classic, Ring Around the Rosie. You remember it, Ring Around the Rosie. A pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. Sounds like a fun little game, right? Well, for centuries, this rhyme has been linked to one of the most devastating events in human history, the Black Death. Let's break it down. Ring around the Rosie is thought to describe the red, ring-like sores that were one of the first horrifying symptoms of the bubonic plague, a pocket full of posies. People would carry flowers and herbs in their pockets to ward off the disease and, more grimly, to cover the overwhelming smell of sickness and death that filled the streets. And the final line, ashes, ashes, we all fall down, is the most chilling of all. Ashes could refer to the cremation of the massive number of victims, a practice that became necessary as cemeteries overflowed, and we all fall down. That's a stark, simple reference to death. This wasn't just a game, it was a macabre reflection of the daily reality for millions of people. While some modern historians debate the direct link, the interpretation has been so powerful for so long because it perfectly captures the horror of the plague in a way children could understand and pass down. Okay, let's move from disease to disaster. How about London Bridge is falling down? We've all sung it, maybe even played the game where two people form an arch and try to capture someone. It seems pretty straightforward. Bridge is falling down, but which bridge, and why? The London Bridge of the rhyme has a long and troubled history. Over the centuries, various versions of the bridge were plagued by fires, structural failures, and damage from invasions. One of the most popular theories connects the rhyme to the Viking attack of 1014, led by Olaf II of Norway. He allegedly pulled the bridge down with his ships to divide the defending forces. But there's an even darker theory. Some historians believe the rhyme hints at an ancient, terrifying practice known as immurement. This was the belief that for a structure to be strong, it needed a human sacrifice walled up in its foundation. The line, "Take the key and lock her up, my fair lady," could be a veiled reference to this gruesome ritual. The idea was that the spirit of the victim would become the guardian of the bridge. While there's no definitive archaeological proof of this at London Bridge itself, the concept was a real fear in the ancient world, and it adds a whole new layer of terror to the song. Next up, let's talk about royalty and revolution with Humpty Dumpty. We all picture a clumsy egg falling off a wall, right? But the rhyme never actually says Humpty is an egg. That was just an idea added later in Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. So, who or what was Humpty Dumpty? The most widely accepted theory is that Humpty Dumpty was a massive cannon. During the English Civil War in 1648, a huge cannon, nicknamed Humpty Dumpty, was mounted on the wall of a church in the city of Colchester, defending it for the Royalists. When the parliamentarian forces fired their own cannons at the wall, the foundation beneath Humpty Dumpty was destroyed. And just like the rhyme says, all the king's horses and all the king's men could unput Humpty together again. The cannon came crashing down, and the royalist forces in Colchester were forced to surrender. So, the story isn't about a fragile egg, it's about a critical military defeat and the fall of a powerful weapon of war. Now, for one that seems particularly sweet on the surface. Mary, Mary, quite contrary. How does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockleshells and pretty maids all in a row. Sounds like a lovely lady with a beautiful garden, doesn't it? Don't be fooled. Many historians believe this Mary is none other than Mary I of England, also known as Bloody Mary. Her reign in the mid-16th century was marked by her violent and brutal attempt to reverse the Protestant Reformation and restore Catholicism to England. Let's look at the garden. It's believed to be a metaphor for the graveyards that were filling up with Protestant martyrs she had executed. The silver bells and cockleshells. These aren't flowers. They are believed to be slang terms for instruments of torture. Silver bells could refer to thumbscrews, and cockleshells might have been instruments attached to a person's, well, let's just say their most sensitive areas. And the pretty maids all in a row. This is perhaps the most gruesome line. It's thought to refer to the people being lined up for execution, or perhaps a new execution device at the time called the maiden, which was a form of guillotine. So, Mary's garden was one of death and suffering. Quite contrary indeed. Let's do one more, a simple one you probably learned as a baby. Ba ba, black sheep. Have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the dame, and one for the little boy who lives down the lane. Seems innocent enough as sheep sharing its wool. But this rhyme is believed to be a complaint about the heavy taxation on wool in 13th century England under King Edward I. The master represents the king, who took a third of the profit. The dame represents the church, which also collected its share. So who gets the last bag? The little boy who lives down the lane is the poor farmer, the shepherd himself. After the king and the church took their huge cuts, the shepherd was left with barely anything for his own hard work. The rhyme, in its simple way, was a quiet protest against an economic system that felt deeply unfair. The sheep is black because black wool couldn't be dyed and was less valuable, making it a symbol of the farmer's misfortune. It's incredible, isn't it? These songs have been passed down through generations, their original meanings scrubbed away by time, leaving only the catchy tunes. They served as a secret language, a way for ordinary people to talk about politics, disaster, and injustice without getting into trouble. They were the memes of their day, encoding complex social commentary into a simple, shareable format. The next time you hear a child singing one of these rhymes, you'll know the secret history hidden within the notes. It's a powerful reminder that history isn't just in textbooks. It's alive in the songs we sing, the games we play, and the stories we tell. What other nursery rhymes have you always been curious about? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to explore more of these in a future video. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this as fascinating as I did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next dive into the hidden corners of history. See you next time.